Good Sunday afternoon. Chaotic Comics here with a comic haul video. First off, we have a heavy metal from 1995. Just an awesome cover. And it has stories inside by Milo Manara. Another cool cover. This one from 1986. This one has stories by Richard Corbin, who does a lot of sci-fi horror. Crossover into comics. I'm sure most people are aware of this, but this is Heavy Metal 1990, and this features a story about Trump becoming president and building a wall. There was some heat to it a while back during the presidency. Just an awesome cover. More stories by Manara inside. And lastly, we have this one from 1998. Just a really cool, another cool cover. I was digging through some boxes, a quarter box, and I found this. So I picked it up just because it has Batman and Spider-Man. Wizard comic from 2003. It says cover 1 of 2, so I'm not sure what the other cover was. Or maybe if I open it, there's another cover, which I'm not going to do right now. I'm into zombies, as I've stated before, so I picked this up when it came out. It's from 2009. Just official Xbox magazine and a walkthrough of Resident Evil, and then other walkthroughs of zombie games and discussions about zombie games, etc. Most of you probably got this from your LCS for free. I did also, but I just like the cover. It's a Captain America 75th anniversary free magazine. And lastly, in the magazines, we have Mad Magazine from 1979 featuring Animal House. Great movie. I remember seeing it at an actual drive-in. I don't think there's too many drive-ins around, but I was 9 years old and I probably shouldn't have seen it, but my parents took me to see it. This is Black Hand Comics, and it's a small hardbound book, and it has 3 stories in it. And the first one, the Gravediggers Union. So it's the first appearance or story of the Gravediggers Union, which is an Image comic series that I really like. And then also has a story, The Seed, which is a zombie story, which I haven't read yet, and then Circus Day. But it's pretty cool. Picked it up because, once again, because of the Gravediggers Union. I had gone to Universal Studios this past weekend to take my son, my wife and I, and the following day we had gone to the City Walk, which is right near there, and they have Things from Another World. Yeah, Things from Another World comic shop, which they mostly have figures. Their back issues consist of what may have come out the previous week. That's it. But they have this on their wall, quote-unquote wall, for $24. And so I thought that was a good deal, and I picked it up. I wouldn't pay any more than that. But for $24.99, I picked it up. I think it's going for like 30, 35 bucks. So, and then also, they had these 3 comics, or 4 comics. So they have this Dead Life, which, once again, I'm into zombies. My local shop didn't have it, so I picked that up from Statix Press. Champions 20 they had on the shelf, last one. Snowguard, first appearance of Snowguard, which I could care less, but it was cover price, so I picked it up. And then my shop did not have this cover, so I picked the last 2 up there for cover price. It's a really cool cover. They had the Art Germ all day long, but they didn't have that, which I thought was odd. Got this the other day for a really good price, but I'm a little annoyed. I got it for about half of its value, which I can't complain about, but I'm still going to complain. It was listed as a 4.0 It said the staples were attached firmly, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I opened it up, the center fold was detached completely from the top staple, and then towards the back here, the comic there is detached from the bottom staple. So there's a bit of a hole where it's torn loose. So I'm annoyed. It's still in that condition, probably a 3.0, and it's still half of its value, but I'm just annoyed because I think if you state something, then that is the way it should be. There weren't any pictures noting that. Once again, it was just a front and back cover, and listing that the staples were firmly attached, and then it did note some of the minor wear, which is consistent with a 4.0, but the staples just kind of bummed me out. Anyway, so I'm trying to get some resolution on that, and I guess if I don't, I still have it for half its value, so I can't really complain. But once again, I'm going to, and I did. Batman number 2, New 52. This is, I don't think this is the first appearance of the Court of Owls. That's 3, but it's the first killer in an owl mask. Secret War, book 2 of 5, just an awesome Wolverine cover, and I think it's the first appearance of Quake, Daisy Quake, or Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that was a question mark, but I think it was. I think it is. And then Stars and Stripes 0. It's the first Jeff Johns work in comics. And it's the first appearance of Courtney Whitmore, who becomes Stargirl. And then this is Starman 80, in which Starman gives Courtney her staff. And I picked 2 of those up. There's some heat on these. And then this is just a JSA 81 cover with Courtney or Stargirl holding the staff, said staff. This is the very last appearance, or the last issue of Marvel 2-in-1, number 100. As I've said before, I like first issues and ending issues, so I picked that up. This is Tale of the Teen Titans 91, and this is the final issue in that series. World's Finest 323, and it's the farewell issue, just an awesome cover. New Teen Titans 39, and it's a farewell of sorts. It is Kid Flash leaves, and I believe it's the last Dick Grayson as Robin gives up the mantle as well. There's some heat on this, as most of you are aware. Not this issue in particular, but the new Batgirl, or this version of Batgirl. I believe this is Huntress, the first Huntress as Batgirl. And then Birds of Prey 69 has the same character, Huntress. This is Spawn 21. I believe it's just a lower printed issue. Red Sonja, and this is from the first series. And this is the last issue, number 15. Another Huntress cover, Birds of Prey 57. What if the alien costume had possessed Spider-Man? I'm not sure where this falls in the first appearance of the black costume. I'm not sure. I know this wasn't the first, but it had to have been early on, obviously, because it's what if the alien costume had possessed Spider-Man, which had not yet occurred. I picked this up for $1. It's Deadpool 17, and not because it's Deadpool, just it's Son of Satan, and mostly because, like I said before, I'm a metal fan, And there's metal horns. Just kind of a cool cover. I thought it was a cool cover. Picked this up on the cheap. I think it was like $1.90. Terrible condition. Probably 2.0, but it's Giant Size Chillers. Number 1, the first appearance of Lilith. Picked this up for a couple dollars as well. A terrible copy of Buona Beast. There was some heat months back. I don't think there is anymore. It's a Showcase 66, but the price was right, so I picked it up. Howard the Duck annual, king size annual number 1. And we have Hanna-Barbera's The Flintstones number 1 from 1977, I believe. Conan 188, part of the Marvel 25th anniversary covers. Where I get my hair cut, there is a small consignment shop next door, and they had this, the new Teen Titans, presented by Keebler Company, and it's all proceeds from this issue will be donated to fight drug abuse. I just like different things like this. You see on the bottom there, it states that. Not that I like things like this, but it's the donation and to fight drug abuse. And this is the President's Drug Awareness Campaign in cooperation with, and it's American Soft Drink Industry presents DC Comics. So don't do drugs, but drink soda, because you all need your high fructose corn syrup. And then I picked this up as well, which when I got it, it was $1, but I thought this was part of the cover. I didn't realize that it was a defect, but it's the last 25-cent issue of this series. Which I thought was kind of cool. Superman number 1, and I believe this is the Metallo, the first appearance of Metallo. Uncanny X-Men 116, I believe it's the first Ileana Magic, I think. And Bloodshot number 1. Just a really cool chromium cover, which screams 90s. Machine Man, the Living Robot, number 1. Warlord, first appearance of Eric, or Arik. And shout out to Key Comics Market Watch, who brought this to our attention. And so they're $1 each, so I picked 2 of them up. I don't know if anything will ever come of the character, but I'm collecting the Warlord run, so I guess it's a bonus. It's the first appearance of Arik or Eric. And then this is Superman, and I do not know the issue number as it's not stated, but it's a Whitman variant, and it's the first appearance of the Atomic Skull. I always try to pick up these Whitman variants whenever I see them. Season 3, number 4, Vamp Blade. So that was a cool cover. And then Zombie Tramp 27, another cool cover. And then finally we have The Night of the Living Dead. And this is Holiday Special number 1, the black and white cover. I like things that are zombie related, and I like things that are Christmas related. So it fulfills both. And then while I was school shopping for my son as he starts school this Wednesday, I was at Target and I saw these. So this is Dracula Lugosi Mego, and it was the last one, so I got that. It was like $14. And this was Harley Quinn Mego, and I think this was like $19.99. But they were the last 2. And I couldn't resist. I picked them up. Interesting note though, when I grew up, Migos came out in the 70s, or that I'm familiar with, and I know that I had all of the Star Trek ones, and they're really popular. Enjoy playing with them, and so and they did a lot of stuff like that that I'm aware of. But this new series that had Lugosi, or the Dracula, Bela Lugosi as Dracula, they had they had Norm from Cheers. They had the Facts of Life, Tootie from the Facts of Life. They Alice from the Brady Bunch. So a lot of just kind of 70s, 80s TV personalities. And it says here TV favorites in the upper right hand corner. So perhaps that's what they're focusing on with this new line. But I was just kind of, I thought that was crazy. Lugosi playing Dracula, so iconic, from 1931, I believe. And it falls more within horror and what I associate with Mego line. But then, like I said, they had Brady Bunch, characters from Cheers, Facts of Life, and they had others which did not fit into sci-fi or horror. Just thought that was kind of crazy. Anyway, hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and I will be talking to all of you shortly. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I would appreciate if you would subscribe. And if not, I appreciate you stopping by anyway. Have a good day.